Welcome to 19 Miles, the podcast dedicated to propelling you 19 miles forward. I'm Stella, your host, and each week we deep dive into powerful stories, my unsolicited advice, and how you can overcome adversity and unlock your true potential. Hello, you guys. I just want to quickly start off with saying thank you so much for all of the love and support on last week's episode. I can't even explain to you how fucking anxious I was to post that is hands down the most vulnerable thing I've ever admitted to, like, beyond my fucking psychologist and my boyfriend. Like, I was so nervous to, put that out there, and the love and the support and the response that I've gotten, and, the fact that it's positively impacted so many of you guys, like, I just couldn't have honestly asked for a better response. And it truly means the world to me, in that me being vulnerable and open with you guys, that it can actually inspire you guys and help you to see that, like, you can come from fucking rock bottom and you can come back out and you can be here living in Dubai, if that's where you want to be, or wherever the fuck you want to be with whoever the fuck you want around you. You can get there, but you just have to, like, put in the steps. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that I came from, fucking rock bottom, like, really shit place. And I will continue to share more about my story with you guys, but I think, just like baby steps. Now I'm still, in therapy, trying to fucking work through all of it. It's a long process, but I'm so grateful that I have this platform to be open and vulnerable with you guys. So thank you so much for your support on that. And if you are enjoying these episodes, please make sure to subscribe on whichever platform you're listening on, because that will help you stay up to date with our new episodes. Make sure to rate the podcast if you're enjoying these episodes. If you're not, send me a little cheeky DM with some constructive criticism, because I actually love constructive criticism when I ask for it, not when it's unsolicited. Sorry if you are my boyfriend listening, I love you, but I also hate when you fucking give me constructive criticism when I don't ask for it. If you're a girl, you know what I'm fucking talking about. Anyways, also follow along on socials at 19miles_. And let's get into this week's episode. This is so fun. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of 19 Miles, and welcome to my new office. This is actually, when we first moved into this apartment, I was like, oh, maybe I could turn, because this is a maid's room. I was like, maybe I can turn this into the 19 Miles office, the HQ, headquarters. Let's go. And we were like, no, this can be Mila's room, and like, this can be her little dungeon where she goes when she's being naughty. As you guys know, like, we live in an apartment, so it's kind of tricky to, like, if we're wanting to, like, eat dinner at the couch and watch a movie or something, and then she's running around, it's really difficult. So we were kind of like, let's turn this into Mila's room. And then we did, but then we both feel really guilty locking her in here. So we kind of just, like, have not really locked her in here. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to make it an office. And then Mila can still come in here, like, the cords and everything are away, but, like, what a vibe. Like, sorry, it turned out so much better than I thought. And ignore the yellow ribbon if you look at the videos that I post on Instagram. Ignore the yellow ribbon, please. Like, I know I actually ordered white rope, and the guy came to the door with purple or yellow ribbon, and he was like, which one, ma'am? I was like, none. The only reason I did this order was for white rope and everything, like, because you had to do a minimum order, everything. Anyways, this is so fucking boring, but just ignore the yellow ribbon. She's gonna have an upgrade. But right now, I wanted to bring an episode to you guys. I'm feeling I'm feeling really refreshed. It's Sunday afternoon. You guys will be hearing this on Tuesday. I just had a really good day. I've got a new flow and, like, a bit more direction, and I'm feeling good. Started my morning at 4 a.m. as per usual, did my morning routine. I've shared this on my story today, but I've, like, added a few new things to my morning routine, including reading the Bible. And do you know what? I don't know if it's that or the fact that it's got to be that, because that's the only really new thing that I'm doing. But it got 50 shares on my story, and I was like, are you guys judging me, or, like, what's the deal? Anyways, that has been really, really beneficial for my mindset, my mental health, just grounding me, also challenging me, because I went to Christian schools growing up, and I did really enjoy lots of aspects of religion and like that kind of side of things, but there was also some things that I disagreed with. Anyway, as I got older, I kind of like steered away from that, and like have always been quite spiritual in that, like I believe in like the universe, or like there's something up there. But I always like wondered, like I'd love to read the Bible, but it wasn't until like the last month, I think, with a lot of the healing that I've been doing with my psychologist, that I've just been like looking for that extra support or guidance. And it just like that feeling was getting stronger and stronger to read the Bible. And so I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to order one and like give it a go. Like, I've got nothing to lose. And I'm really enjoying it because, first of all, I struggled to like read things that aren't fictional, non-fictional, fictional, the one that's like about stories. Anyway, I struggled to read things that aren't just like made up stories. So for me, that's like challenging for my mind, but also I've gotten, I think maybe like an old one, which like it's quite, the language is very old school. So I think that like really challenges my mind, which I'm enjoying because I just need like a bit of extra mental like stimulation to kind of get me going for the day. Anyways, my morning routine is like elite right now. Like it just, I feel like like I needed a bit of a revamp. I was missing something and I didn't really know what it were. Anyways, that's really given me a whole new spark of motivation and flow and just like productivity again. And then I went to the gym this morning, did a little bit of work, smashed it out, and then I went to a beach club with my friend Liv. I literally I find it so crazy that you can meet somebody and feel so understood, and I just don't understand how somebody can like, she's like the UK version of me, like a blonde UK version of me. I'm like, I don't even need to explain myself. It was like when I met Big Daddy for the first time, I was like, I don't even need to, like, you just understand me in ways that I don't even understand myself sometimes. So that is just like, I feel so grateful to have found a friend like that. I know that that's so rare. And I also know that, you know, at the start of the year, I was kind of going through a few redirections in my friendships, and that left me feeling really scared, I think, in putting myself back out there and making new friends, because I was scared of getting hurt again. And little Livy is just like a little ray of sunshine that's just like come and blessed my life, and I just love it. But we spent the day together, or like a few hours, at a beach club sort of thing, so we're just like swimming in the ocean, taking pics, and yeah, vibes. The beach club itself was actually quite really average. Actually, we waited 3 hours for a Coke Zero that never came, and then we left. I went to Joe and the Juice. Fucking love Joe and the Juice. If you've not been, like, you're actually missing out. Anyways, this has just turned into like one big old catch up. Basically, I've had a really good Sunday, and it's Sunday afternoon, it's 6 p.m. and I'm sitting here and I'm going to record an episode for you guys, because a lot of you know me for fitness, and that's like sort of how I started my Instagram account, and kind of, I guess, how it like first began to grow. And I want to talk about it because I kind of always just thought like, oh, I'm a sicko. I just like, not a sicko, but like I knew that I had a strong burning passion for exercise. And I wasn't sure if that was just like a me thing, or if that was something that like everybody would benefit from. And the more that I've had very strong opinions back then about like, you know, like if you say you want something, just fucking do it. Like if you really want something, you will make it happen. And I remember that would trigger a lot of people being like, oh, it's easy for you. Like you have good genetics, blah, 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 blah. And so I kind of just like stopped. I watered myself down to fit in other people's small fucking boxes. And that's not productive for me. It's not productive for you. Like, yes, I can sit here and be like, oh yeah, you do you. Like, yeah, you do. You don't go to the gym. You just do your fucking 5 steps a day. Like, no. Sorry. I'm actually not sorry. I hope this does offend you or like trigger you, because like get up and fucking work. Like, what does Kim say? Like, get off your ass and work.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Literally, like you can't sit there and cry about like not getting to a certain place if you're not going to change the inputs that you take or the actions that you take to get to that goal. Like, it's not the fat ass is not just gonna, you're not just gonna wake up one day and with a fat ass. Sorry, but you've got to lift the heavy weights and you've got to eat the fucking protein and you've got to put the work within your worth. The worth is in the work, as Big Daddy says all the fucking time. Anyways, so I want to talk about my fitness journey because looking back, I can see where my commitment comes from. And like, well, you could see as a kid how like just dedicated, committed I was to things. Like when I really wanted something, I fucking made it happen. So my fitness journey. I started exercising quite young. I will say I was kind of like in and out of lots of different sports. I danced, I did football, I did league tag, I did Oz tag, all the things. I was always really fucking anxious about doing group sports like at school. I think because I got bullied a fair bit, I was really like, I just didn't want to be around. I didn't like really socializing with people outside of like the very few people I did feel safe with. So I never really did sports at school, but I loved doing them outside of school because I felt like I didn't really know those people. And then I started running, I want to say at like maybe like 10, 11. I started running with one of my childhood friends and we were doing like 2-3 Ks, just like working ourselves up. And I kind of continued doing that on my own. And then I got to a point where I was like, right, I want to run 10 Ks in under an hour. And I think I was like 12, 13 at the time. And at that point, that was like my first like fitness goal that I kind of set myself. Around that same time, I started working out in my backyard. And I remember Kayla Itzenes, I think her name is, she had these like ebooks that she brought out and I started doing those in the backyard. And I'd use like cans from the kitchen, like bean cans, and I'd be using those as weights. And I'd get the milk cartons from, the 7-Eleven down the road, and I'd use those as like a step up because we had no stairs in our house. I actually remember like just praying all the time that we'd move into a house with steps. Like we'd go and like, because we always rented when I was younger, we'd go and like inspect a new house and I'd be like, oh my God, Mum, it's got stairs. Like we have to move into it. Yeah. So I would use these milk crates as stairs in the backyard and do these workouts, right? And so I set this goal to run 10 Ks in under an hour. I really hope you can't hear the cars. See, that's the only annoying thing about living in Dubai is like everyone loves their cars. They're really fast, crazy cars, but they're so fucking loud. Like, can you hear that? That's insane. Anyways, set this goal to run 10 Ks under an hour. And I was doing that, and then I was doing my Kayla Itzenes BBG or something, bikini body guide or some shit like that. And I loved it because the workouts were only like, I don't know, like 15 minutes. So I'd do that either in the morning or the afternoon. And then every other day I would run. And I remember the day I got to my 10 Ks in under an hour, I was fucked. I was like, I'm never fucking running again. This is horrid. And best believe I didn't run again. Jokes, I did. But I did not do long distance like that for a long time. But I kind of stuck to like 3, 5, that kind of distance after that. But I did it. And I remember feeling so like accomplished and just like the self-worth and the confidence and like being so proud and like feeling so much purpose within myself at like such a young age. And that kind of progressed and I continued doing the workouts in the backyard. And then I remember buying the second ebook and doing both of them, even though it said to only do 3 days a week. Best believe I was doing 6, 7. And then I kind of plateaued. I got sick of the backyard workouts and I was like, Mum, please, I really want to go to the gym. Like I see these girls on Instagram with abs, like I want to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym. Like I want to lift weights. And like imagine hearing this from your 13-year-old daughter. 14 comes around, best believe I got a gym membership for my birthday. I thought I was the luckiest girl alive. Started training at my first gym. I still remember it was called Genesis and it was in Coffs Harbour. And I would go to the gym. So this was my routine. So I would have to catch the bus to the school. It would take like an hour and a half. Had to get 2 buses. So every morning I'd wake up 6 o'clock, go into the lounge room. I'd do either Pilates or I would do my little Kayla Itzenes workout in the backyard, or I'd go for a run. Then I'd catch the bus, go to school, go to school all day, finish school, get the bus, go to the gym. I'd go to the gym, I'd work out for an hour, and then I'd walk to the next bus stop, get on the bus, the late bus home, catch 2 buses home, and then I'd get home at like 7:30 at night, get up the next day and do it all again. I was a fucking sicko. I loved it. I did that every single day besides the days that I did OzTag. So I would do OzTag training on a Tuesday afternoon. We'd do training for State Cup, and then we'd play like the just like fun games on that, like the OzTag games of an evening. And on Thursdays, I would do league tag in like my hometown, and I'd do league tag training. And then they were supposed to have games on a Saturday, but I only wanted to do it for the training to like better my skills. I didn't actually want to play the games. So I would always like try and come up with an excuse or like try to work so they didn't have to play the games, because I was like so anxious of hanging out with people or like seeing people that I didn't know. And then, yeah, so I was a sicko. Like, I've always loved moving my body. Like, I love trying new things. I love like setting goals and accomplishing them. And that's like, yeah, really where my fitness journey began. And it's just like continued since then. I definitely went through a patch a lot of people think that like my eating disorder was very closely tied to my, extremeness with exercise. And I understand that, don't get me wrong. And I do think there was a level where that did become unhealthy. But I would say my eating in my mind was like quite separate to the gym and my relationship with food. I would say my relationship with food was more so triggered from a place of like, now I'm actually learning a lot more about this with my psychologist, but as a kid being like the punishment, might have been like, what are you doing? You don't deserve to eat that. And so that's where that kind of relationship with food kind of stemmed with, is like, if something wouldn't go my way, I would try to punish myself by not eating. Exercise never really felt like a punishment to me. It was more like, I feel like I had quite a good relationship with exercise, but it did get to a point where I think I was a little bit burnt out, and I needed to just relearn my love for moving my body and figure out what served me in that period of my life, which is when I then discovered Pilates, and I was doing more like yoga, stretching, Pilates, runs, walks, like just a bit more functional rather than your weight lifting. And then, yeah, I kind of fell back in love. So that was like a gap for like, I want to say like a year, maybe 2 years, where I wasn't super consistent with the gym. I still went like a couple times a week, but as opposed to like the 6-7 days a week, which I don't want to like promote, because I understand like that is extreme, like that is a lot. And I would say like now I'm only like, I train 5 days a week. Like I would love to train 14 days a week, but that's just like not really feasible and probably like the most productive thing to do for my body. So yeah, I don't want to promote like taking it to the extreme, but I'm just like portraying the commitment and dedication to something that I loved. So then I fell back in love with exercise. I want to say around like 18 to 20, I probably like resented the gym, or just like I was going even when I didn't want to. And then that began to form like an unhealthy relationship. And I remember also like the gym was like a huge part of my identity. Like I didn't really know myself without the gym. And so I felt like I had to go, because like, would people even recognize me if I didn't go? And so I had to like humble myself and let go of that and be like, it's okay for your identity to change and for you to like other things. And that's applicable to all things. Like if you're so heavily tied to something, like it is okay for that to no longer serve you. You are allowed to walk away and to like new things and to start again and try new things, and don't have to stay to the one thing just because everybody recognizes you as that person or that feels so tied to your identity. But then, yeah, I fell back in love with the gym, at about like 20. And it's just, I've like continuously progressed to have like a better and better relationship with exercise. Gym isn't just about moving your body and, attaining like a good physique, or like that's definitely something that you can work on within fitness and going to the gym and lifting weights and all of that. But for me, it's always been so much more than that. It's like being able to discipline your body, you're also disciplining your mind, and that is then going to strengthen your mind and like give you more discipline and resilience. And then what does that say about your goals and how you achieve those? And it affects literally every single corner of your life. I also remember like during my like whole fitness journey, I remember, and this is something that I actually need to address, because every single one of my clients talks to me about like they get gym anxiety, and I get it. Because the first gym that I started at, I remember it was 3 levels, and the middle level and the top level was like more functional dynamic movements, like a few free weights, like a sled machine, cardio machines, like the pull-up bars and stuff like that. And I remember being so anxious to go downstairs to where like the big boy weights were and all the machines and shit like that. I don't think I did it until like I didn't enter that. I remember entering that section and doing maybe like 3 different exercises, but I was mortified. Like I was just like, these are gym junkies, and like who am I to come down there and pick up the 2 kilo weights and start doing my fucking dumbbell flies? Like I look like a fucking idiot. And that's where you're wrong, because anybody, I promise you, anybody in this world judging or hating on you is doing less than you. Nobody that's doing more than you is ever going to look at you and laugh and be like, oh, you fucking loser. Like, if they're doing that, turn around and start laughing back at them, because who the fuck are they to literally, like, no, nobody's going to do that. So I understand gym anxiety. Like I change gyms pretty much every single month, and that first day, the first workout that I have in a gym, like it's never going to be like your best workout. Sometimes on a rare occasion it is, but like you do feel awkward walking around and like fiddling with machines, trying to figure it out, and like not knowing how things work and where machines are and what weights to do. And like sometimes you pick up the wrong weight and you're like, do I just stick it out because I'm embarrassed to put it back? No, just fucking put it back. Like who actually cares? And like all of these things are gonna like character building, making you more resilient and strong, and like challenge your mind to become a stronger place. Like I'm sorry, but if you can't walk in a gym and just like face your fears and go and fucking walk into the big boy section and pick up your fucking weights, like what does that say about you achieving your goals further on? Like that is the biggest thing that you struggle with. Like you have no idea what's coming for you. Like you have to bite that in the ass, face your fears. Like gym anxiety, like everybody experiences it, but you have to just like ignore it. And I feel like the best way that I overcome this is by not thinking about it. And I know that's easier said than done, but like I will do that by getting my workout gear out the night before, putting it on the bed, choosing it all, I have a set time, we get up, do whatever. I do it as if I brush my teeth. Like that's how, like I don't even think about it anymore. It's just a daily non-negotiable. And that I truly feel like is the best way to overcome gym anxiety. Also like going first thing in the morning, going when it's quieter for your first session so you can kind of walk around and have a look and like get your bearings, or you know, doing as I do, like the first session I do at a new gym, I'm like, this is a bit of a write-off. Like I'm never gonna get like my max reps or my max weight, because I'm learning and I'm taking it all in and I'm getting my bearings, and that's okay. That makes me human. So yeah, if that's you and you're somebody that struggles with gym anxiety, or you kind of feel just like out of your depth, like you don't know what to do, that's fine. Like we all start somewhere. Like do you think 14-year-old me knew what she was doing when she walked into a gym for the first time by herself? No, she had no fucking clue. I would say find somebody that you can ask questions to. Like I help my girls with this all the time. Like they'll literally be like voice noting me in the car, being like, I want to do this, but like I'm scared of this. And I'm like, okay, girl, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go in. And I'm just like their little bestie, like chatting. Professional best friend is like the best way I describe a coach. But yeah, get somebody that you can turn to for advice. Like whether that's you do a PT session in the gym and they show you, you know, the machines around and you kind of get your bearings, or whether that's you get an online coach. If you want to use me, you can. I'll leave a link in the show notes. Shameless plug. No, but seriously, like that will help so much with, you know, that gym anxiety, and also like actually getting results, because I remember like having so many questions, and I would literally like Google everything, or I had a few friends that were PTs and I would ask them questions as well. Or I remember literally like filming my exercises and I'd send it to like guys I knew that were PTs, and I'd be like, okay, lol, don't judge me, but like, am I doing this exercise correctly? Like, I want to post it on Instagram, but like, I don't want to teach people the bad form. It's so funny. But like, that is the best way to learn, is like, you just got to try and like get feedback and not take it personally, and you know, like, you just keep learning. There's definitely a good balance between, you know, like the aesthetics and like the mental benefits of working out. And I think this is something definitely to be said, is like, of course, like, as much as I can say, like, I go to the gym for my mental health, like, obviously that's that's like the driving factor between me going to the gym. But there's also, like, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't like a physical aspect as well. Like, of course I want to look good. I want to feel good. When I feel good, I look good. And when I look good, I feel good most of the time. So I do understand that that's like a thing. And like, I remember when I was younger, I was like, I just want a six pack, and I did everything I fucking could until I got a six pack. But I do understand that there is obviously like undeniably that physical aspect as well. Like, you do want to look good, and you're going to feel better within yourself if you're looking after your internal and physical health. So I think that there's a good balance between the two. It's just like one of those things where you literally can't go wrong. Like, go to the gym, move your body. You're going to look good because you're fucking moving your body, and you're going to feel good because it's good for your mental health, and it releases serotonin and like dopamine and all these things. Like, and it's also going to like improve your mental clarity and your, like, as I said, your discipline and your emotional strength. And it can be a really good outlet. Like, if you're going through shit, go to the gym, redirect all of that extra fuel and energy that you have into working out. I've seen firsthand how a tailored fitness program can like not even like improve somebody's physique, but like literally change their life. Like, this is where a lot of my clients' transformations, I guess, begin. Like, the most noticeable difference or transformation that they notice is obviously going to be in their body. Like, if you're, you know, getting a tailored fitness program and you're putting in the actions, then you're going to get the result, right? Same with your mindset, but that is obviously, you're looking at it so closely. And I guess the same with your physique, but you can tend to like easily measure that success or that transformation by photos. Whereas your mindset, it's kind of not until you look back at like maybe old journal entries or, you know, certain things that you realize, well, holy fuck, like, I've actually come a really long way. I've seen firsthand, moving your body will, I promise you, transform your whole life. And it might even be the one thing that saves your life. I know it has been for me, and it's taught me every single thing that I know about commitment and dedication and hard work and discipline and resilience. And it was my first love. That's why for me it's so important, and that's why I do offer now personalized gym programs. This is why, like, it is so important to me that every single one of my clients moves their body and prioritizes this, because you have to. That's why I offer it for my clients and why it's so important to me, because yeah, it does sit quite close to me. It wasn't until I, you know, started going to the gym and working on myself that I healed that self-hate. And I had to do that to start being respected by the people around me, or feeling fulfilled, having good energy in a room full of people. I had to, you know, work on that and to be happy within my body. And that is what gave me that self, like, it really, really stemmed. Like, that was the root, I would say, or the first step in me working towards achieving my goals. Maybe the reason that you don't have whatever that goal is, the boyfriend that respects you, or the friends that are aligned with you, that treat you with fucking basic respect and meet you at the same capacity that you have, maybe it's because you haven't worked on yourself and you don't even display that same respect that you're asking from other people. So if you can find that within yourself, and I highly, highly suggest that you start with moving your body, then you will achieve those goals. And it wasn't until I worked on myself and like became, like, truly poured everything I had into becoming the best version of me inside and out. And that started with fitness before I achieved the aligned relationship, you know, living in Dubai in a fucking insane apartment and having the dream dog and the aligned friendships and all of these things. Like, you have to work on your flaws before you can have the things that you want. So invest in you, work on your body, go to the fucking gym, move your body, like whatever your vibe is. And like, you don't have to, gym doesn't have to be it for you, I will say. Like, it might be Pilates, it might be boxing, it might be running, it might be swimming, whatever that movement looks like that's intuitive for you or feels the best for you, do that. And on that note, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode. I have been chatting for a while. It's 6:30 now. I need to take Mila for a walk. I need to cook dinner, and I need to fucking go to sleep because I want to wake up at 4 a.m. and smash the day tomorrow. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I love you all and can't wait to talk to you next week. Bye.